Why are you yet in a place where the waters are empty? It's time to understand there is so much more waiting in the deep. You should be tired of sitting by the banks of the river when you can ride the ocean waves, soaring to heights unknown. You're waiting on a few fish when there's thousands of fish waiting on you. Stop walking through the water and start tearing down the floodgates. It's time to ride the waves and take your ocean. Stop settling for the pond when you are called to the ocean.
Hi, I'm Dr. Diana the Deal Breaker, and I'm so excited to do life with you. This is the season that you must be empowered. I want you to join me every Thursday night at 9 p.m. where we can not only grow together, but we can build together. This is your season to go into greater heights, and I want to do it with you. So join me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, as well as like me on Facebook, and let's do it together. Again, I'm Dr. Diana the Deal Breaker, and I look forward to doing life with you.
You're stuck in a place and you're going nowhere. And the waters of complacency is washing your destiny goodbye. Behind you is an ocean filled with possibilities. Will you turn your life around and face your ocean? Stop settling for the pond when you are called to the ocean.
Hey guys, hello to everyone. Thank you for being on here tonight with Dr. Diane and myself, the Deal Breaker. I'm so excited what we're going to talk about on today. And I hope that you have a great day. I hope you had a glorious day. But on tonight, we would really want to hit hard, and talk about some great topics. And one of the things we're going to really get into the nitty gritty is about identifying when it's time for you to step out of what you've always been in and to understand there's something bigger than what you've always seen. But before we get into the conversation that I want to have with you, I want to first again invite you. I want you to be a part of what's coming up October the 5th to the 7th. And I want to make sure that you have registered. So before you get off this broadcast on tonight, make sure you have registered. If you look in the description box, the link or information on my I should have said my Facebook page is right there. So I'm challenging everyone that's watching to register. Again, we're gonna have a fabulous time. It's gonna be 3 nights with me. It's gonna be close and up in person, and we're gonna also have Q&A. And we're gonna just talk about the nitty gritty things that we need to deal with when it comes to rejection. Rejection is my baby. It's one of the things I've identified that many people are needing help with, and rejection does not discriminate. In other words, rejection, don't matter if you're in business or whether you're in marketing, whether you're in education, whether you're in the medical field, rejection will show up. And we're going to talk about why rejection shows up. But most importantly, we're going to also talk about how can we achieve while bleeding. I don't know how many you've been there, but for me, I bled many times. And I'm pretty sure everyone, if you're a leader, you have bled. You have bled, and sometimes you didn't even understand why you were bleeding. So again, we're going to be talking about that and just touching bases about some of the things we can do to walk into a whole different dimension in our life. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about is that deal breaker. And when we talk about Dr. Diane, the Deal Breaker, and on our Thursday nights, we don't try to be churchy. So I'm going to go ahead and put that disclaimer out. We're not churchy. We talk about things as far as life. And also we talked about the whole picture of experiences that we have, but what it is that we need to do to overcome it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm your girl that's going to have real talk with you. So we're going to have what we call a real deal session right after this broadcast. If you look in the description box, you will see the link to get on to the Zoom. It is a private Zoom, but it's a free session. So register right now. Matter of fact, go ahead and register while you're watching me. Just click on it, be registering while I'm talking to you. So as soon as we finish, right about, say about another 25-30 minutes, we're going straight over there to the what I call the real deal room, the private VIP room, and we're going to have some real talk. Matter of fact, some things we'll talk about over there, I will not talk about over here, because I'm going to be honest with you. We ask everyone that's going to be a part of that you must be 18 years and older, because some of the conversations and topics we may have may be a little bit explicit and a little bit too deep for those that are under 18. So I want to encourage you. One of the things I want you to do before I get into this good topic, I want you to go ahead and share. So if you're watching me, whether you're my YouTubers, hello, YouTube, hello. Listen, guys, we got family over in the YouTube, what I call the YouTube station. So if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube, shame on you. You need to go ahead and subscribe right now. We're so excited. As you know, we've been working on the studio. Still have to do some, do a couple of things in that area. But hopefully in a couple of weeks, about 2 more weeks, we'll be in the studio. We're going to still move forward. And listen, do me a favor. Take time to like right now. Take time to like and share. Those 2 things I need you to do. For my faithful, my true deal, what I call my big deal team members, I want you to make sure you like. Everybody like and everybody share. Do me a favor just to let me know you're in the place. Let me see the thumbs and let me see the hearts. Come on. I want to get at least 15 to 20 hearts. At least 15 to 20 thumbs. Let's do that right now. So everybody take time and let's do that. And I want to thank all of you that have already been a part and have already registered for the Rejection 101. Thank you so much. Yeah, come on, let's get the hearts up and let's get the thumbs up. There they go. The numbers are going up. Come on, can we do a little better than that? Let's get the hearts going. A lot of hearts. And please make sure you like. If you take the time to watch, take the time to like. I repeat, if you take the time
to watch, you might as well take the time to like. And I want to say to all of you, thank you so much. Don't just watch, but please make sure you're sharing, because I do really want to talk to you about a lot of different things. And so I'm so excited to have you here with me. Thank you. Thank you for being a part. Now, let's go into it. One of the first things I want to do is just introduce you to our topic again for this week. Every week, we're going to have a different topic, okay? And I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be very straight up into the cut with you. But I want to make sure that all of you that are watching, that you get into the Zoom. So make sure you register as well for the Zoom, the private session. This week topic is stop selling for the pond when you've been called to the ocean. I had someone ask me, they said, what in the world? What did you get that from? What is that about? See, everything, every topic that comes up is going to deal with situations in life, and it's going to connect to something you have experienced. How many of you have ever been around people that you see that have sometimes limitations in things they want in life? They're good friends. They're good friends now. They're great to talk to. They're very nice, but their goal setting is not on the level that you are. And so now you may have battles with, do I stay with individuals that are nice and kind to me, but they're not trying to go anywhere in life? Or what do I do? That's a question that many of you have faced. And you have to understand statistically and studying that you will only go as far as with the 5 closest people around you. This is what has been researched. Most of the time, people, based on the main five people that are around them, would determine how far they go. So the question I'm going to ask you, evaluate your connections and evaluate your close circle members. See where they are. See, are they going where you're going? And if they're not, you may just be dipping into a pond. The truth is, it's not bad to be connected with people that are kind and nice, but you also have to understand you got to also connect yourself with people that are believing in the ocean. And what happens when you have, and again, I'm not trying to be churchy with you, so I may say some stuff to step on your toes, and my show will be controversial. So I'm just going to prepare you. It's going to be some controversial conversations I have, and you don't have to agree with everything. Again, it's just what I've experienced and the conversation I've had with many people. Listen, while you watch me, keep liking and keep thumbing. Don't stop liking and don't stop thumbing, okay? And make sure you like. Make sure you like. I'm going to give shout outs in just a moment. But what ends up happening is that when you have low thinkers, I call that word low thinkers. Some of you can put in the box, low thinkers. When you have low thinkers in your life, you tend to begin to think low as well. Or have you ever been in a conversation, you was excited about something, and then you shared that information, and then before you know it, it's like they seem to be excited, but then they act like they're not really excited, or they seem to be, chipper with you, but then their attitude change. And then you be accused, then they start accusing you of trying to be uppity, or you trying to be better than them, or, you don't have no time for them when you're just focused. So a lot of times when you deal with only pond thinkers, somebody put that in the box, pond thinkers, and you're moving now into an ocean level, you're going to have to make a decision. You have to decide, do I only want to settle with 3 fish, or am I ready to get 1,000 fish? Let me go there. Look at the difference between a pond and an ocean. Not only is the environment different, but what's in the water is different. Ponds can only hold certain types of specks or certain types of species, but an ocean holds a large quantity of things that are down in the deep. Also, a pond is not as deep as the ocean. So what happens when you begin to tap into your life and you begin to grow, like you go in different dimensions in your life, okay? And you begin to get deep understanding of certain things, you begin to move in different direction, you're starting to float into an ocean. So I want to just check and see how many ocean people do I have on the broadcast tonight. Let's be honest, let's do a self-evaluation. Are you a pond thinker, or are you an ocean level? Are you a pond thinker or you're ocean level? And so when the people in your family have only dealt with ponds and you've been called to the ocean, you're going to get a lot of ridicule most of the time from your family than you would from strangers. Or you'll be criticized from the people you grew up with versus the people you walk into when you begin to walk into your destiny. And isn't it something when you can have a decent conversation with someone without having to go into an argument because they only see the pond and you see the ocean? And so now you're trying to dumb down yourself to keep what you've been used to when it's time for you to put your feet in the ocean. This is the difference, though. And when you get into a pond, you can wear certain gear. But when you get in the ocean, you got to cover all the way up. So one of the things I've learned is that when you begin to tap into a large terrain in your life, or you go into larger territories, or you have bigger opportunities, somebody will have to be left behind. Okay, the truth is this. If you expect to grow to a higher level, some people will have to be left behind. It's not that you want that, but everybody's not ready to literally jump in the ocean. Let me go there. I understand, watch this, this is what I understand, is that you may could walk in the pond, but really you can't truly walk in the ocean. You can walk in the pond, but you're going to have problems walking in the ocean. You're going to have to learn how to swim in the ocean, even though you may walk in the pond. What do you mean? Well, if you're walking in the pond, you only use a certain amount. I'm going somewhere, so y'all stay with me, okay? Because I'm finna hit you hard with something, so I want you to be prepared and make sure you share. When you're walking in a pond, well, you're using part of who you are, or you're using part of your body. But if you're trying to swim in the ocean, then you're going to have to use every element of your body. And the reality is some people only want part of you, but they can't handle all of you. And when they can't handle all of you, that's when you're going to have issues. I want just a piece of you, but I don't need all of that. All of that is not necessary. Have you ever heard that conversation? When people begin to say to you that all that you're doing is not really necessary, that's the first indication that the mindset of where you are and what they are on two different wavelengths. Now, in the ocean, there's more opportunities to get what you set out to get. In the pond, you have limitations. The pond can be good for a point in a time in a season, but when you've been literally designed and called to the ocean, the pond is going to begin to bore you. And a lot of you I'm talking to, you're very bored with some of the things in your life, and you're really becoming bored with conversations with people that you've always known. They're good people, but you have been literally, watch this, developed out of one conversation, one level of conversation to another. So now people are losing you and they can't connect to you because they only see the pond, they don't see your ocean. I'm going there for a reason because I have a problem with those that are watching tonight, that you're trying to stay in a place because you like them. And you're trying to stay there because you don't want to make nobody mad. And you're trying to stay there because that's all you ever known. But the reality is you got to go to the ocean. You can't stay in the pond. I said you have to go to the ocean. You can't stay in the pond. Now, there are 3 points I want to make. 3 points I want to make. And I want to give you a thought. And then we're going to go over to Zoom. And I want y'all to continue this conversation in Zoom. Number one, this is the realization. Number one, you ready? Write down. Somebody write down number one. Number one, if your environment and the people in your environment are becoming boring to you, where it's becoming so easy, is becoming so predictable, then it sounds to me that you need to move to the ocean. If you're only stuck with one type of group, you only do one selective thing, and y'all always doing this one, like this one little operation, but you don't go abroad, you don't expand in your thinking, you don't expand in your growth, you don't try new things. You always go to the same restaurant, you eat the same food, you have the same conversation. You wear the same those same type of clothes you always wear. You have the same connections, and you ain't expanding yourself. Then you're gonna be limited where you can go. I said you're gonna be limited to where you can go. Okay, I gotta go here. A pond is surrounded by dirt, but an ocean is surrounded by sand. Can I say it again? A pond is surrounded by dirt, but an ocean is surrounded by sand. Let me go there with you. Let me go there with you. When you walk on dirt, there's no shifting in your elevation, no shifting in the level of your steps. But when you walk in sand, you got to walk with the intention of standing up. You got to walk with the intentions of holding your ground. So what I'm saying to you is that the dirt become conducive, watch this, conducive to your step. But you have to become conducive to the sand. Can I say that again? You have to be conducive to the sand. That means the sand guides you. But when you're in the dirt, you then begin, watch this, just to move and operate in the dirt. So what I've learned is that you can never, ever, watch this, obtain things in life with a pond thinking, pond level. Some of you now in the middle of transition. Matter of fact, every one of you watching, you've been called to this broadcast to hear, particularly for my first time. Thank you for my first timers that are on here. You've been called to this broadcast. You've been called to this broadcast so that the deal, watch that deal upon mentality can be broken off you. Because what you're trying to do is stay in a place that, listen to me carefully, that cannot hold you any longer. You're getting tired of that same 3 and 4 fish that you've been catching when you've been equipped, watch this, to catch so many thousands. And so you're staying there because, watch this, you're worrying about other people. Well, I'm giving you permission tonight. I'm telling you, you better stop worrying about other people and you better get into the place of the ocean. Because, can I go there? A pond does not move in waves. Now, let me go there. It'll give you a ripple, but an ocean give you a wave. I said an ocean give you a wave, okay? An ocean has more force. An ocean can take you out further. An ocean, watch this, cross from one boundary to the next. An ocean can take you out the country. You're not getting out of the country riding in a pond. You're not going no further in the pond. But you can go to different new territories when you're in the ocean. Are you following me? Because what I understand, only a limited amount of people can surround the pond. But when you attach yourself to that ocean, there's a multitude of people that can support you. And the problem is you're around that little hand of people that you're expecting support from. When listen to this, you've been called to an ocean that got support lying all the way around and all the way up. You need to get to the ocean. I said, you need to get to the ocean. I said, you need to get to the ocean. You need to get to the ocean. Stop worrying about what everybody's thinking. Stop worrying about what all your family members are saying. They don't like you. Ooh, did I say that? I'm going to say it. Some of them don't like you anyway. They were jealous with you when you were a little child. That's why they fought you. That's why they came against you. That's why they tried to, and I'm not trying to make have family division, but y'all know I'm telling you it's the truth. You had that cousin that couldn't stand you. That cousin called you all kinds of names. You had some cousin to say, you ain't part of the family. You ain't kin to us anyway. That battle from a child had nothing to do with the family. It had to do with the fact that you were dealing with pond mentalities and you have been called to the ocean. You always been different. You always been strange. You know you were different. You know you weren't even in the clique. You try to do this way, you try to do that way, and it's like they're never satisfied. I'm talking about people in general. It's because they don't understand where you are. They don't have understanding of the goals and what you've been called to. So you're getting literally comfortable staying in a pond that don't even fit you. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I'm gonna say that. Salt is not in the pond, salt is in the ocean. I said salt is in the ocean. Your wellness is in the ocean. Your greatness is in the ocean. Stop selling for the pond. Stop just selling for what you always been. Stop selling because people have certain expectations of you and you're trying to live up to their expectations and you're miserable. Some of you in miserable relationships, but you're trying to stay there because you're afraid to be alone. So you stay in the pond of misery. Some of you are you're afraid to get too much because you don't want to leave the cousins and the friends and you like being with them, but you got opportunities. You may have to move and go to greater place and greater heights, but you've always lived here. You've been born here. You've been grown up in here. You've been fed here. You're a part of the community since you was a little child and you've always lived in that community. But the ocean is saying, you're saying you're struggling here, but you won't leave here. You're saying you need something more, but you let it stay right there. But you've been called to this city, to that state. I'm talking to a lot of you. You have had job opportunities that was making good money, but you don't want to leave your cousin and you don't want to leave your friend. And I don't know nobody there. And what am I going to do? And I have no family there. And the whole point, what you don't understand, that you're going to a place that you can really set things up for your family. You can be the trendsetter for your family. You can be the trailblazer for your family. And I'm just keeping it real. Get your head out the palm, girl, boy, and get yourself over to that ocean. Somebody, I know they were saying, you seem angry. I'm not angry, but look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I have to be really real with you. I have to be really real with you. I missed a lot of opportunities because of people. I was worried about people. I want to make everybody happy. How many of you, okay, where are my thumbs, where are my hearts? How many of you are trying to make so many people happy that now you're miserable within yourself? And so some of you had to let go of your friends. Some of you had to stop calling folks on the phone as much as you did. I'm hitting every one of you. Some of you just don't feel it no more. Like you just, I don't feel like calling them. I don't feel like talking to them. I don't know about this job. It ain't fulfilling me. It's because you passed the pond. At one point, it looked like an ocean. But now you work that pond, there's a bigger place to go. Are you following me? Somebody, number two, this is number two. I'm almost there. Number two, write this down. Number two, I've told you number one. Number two, it's time to pond the pond. Write that down. Number two, it's time to pond the pond. You need to now take the pond that you're in and give it trade it out and get the ocean. You got to pawn it. That means you're giving it to you better get a value from that. You're going to turn it in and get a greater value. It's time to pawn the pond. Write that down. That's I got to tell you that. Another thing I'm going to say, and I told you this wasn't a church broadcast. Yes, I'm in the ministry, but like I said to the people last night, I'm in the ministry, but the ministry is not my identity. Okay? Understand the difference. Now, we have to stop making excuses and try to make it like, well, I need to do this first before I do that. And I gotta do this first before I do that. And I don't know about that. And I'm waiting to hear from the higher power. I don't know what God you serve. That ain't, I'm not here for that. But you waiting to hear a voice from a supernatural place, okay, to get your orders of what you should do. What's so crazy? It's been in front of you all the whole time. I said it's been in front of you the whole time. You're the problem, and you got to accept that I'm the problem. And I have to make the decision that the pond just that now it doesn't work. Somebody said, what do you mean by pawn, Dr. Diana, the deal breaker? Pawn could be that relationship that you just really need to let go of, and you know you need to let go of it, and you see and you know it ain't good for you, but you want to be a part of the pond because you don't want to be in the ocean because you feel like it's lonely in the ocean. Number two, the pawn is that you can stay on that particular job and you just getting by with the job. You really don't like the job, but you're doing the job because you know the way it pays bill. I don't want something just pay my bills. I want to do something that's going to cause me to grow and expand and be better and be greater and also move me into the place that I can be in charge. Some of you are still working for folks when you should be having your own by now. Uh-oh. I think I hit mostly half of you right there. Because some of you know there's a business you're supposed to start, but you're happy in the pond. You happy doing the pond. You're not wanting to do it. I don't have the means. I don't have the resources. I need you to get delivered and say, you know what? I'm going to step out in the ocean. I'm going to step out of the ocean and get my body out of the pond. And you're mad because here you are trying to do something in the pond and the pond is limiting you. Let me tell you about what I noticed with some people that don't want to go to the ocean. Can I go there? Some people really don't want to go to the ocean, guys. They talk as if they're going to go to the ocean, but they don't want to go to the ocean. So what I find that some of you, not all, some people experience this. Watch this. Right when you at the point about to step into the ocean, and they said, oh yeah, you've been telling me, I've been thinking about going to the ocean. I've been thinking about doing this new thing. I've been thinking you've been having this conversation, right? And they, oh yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah, God, yeah, boy, you my bro. Yeah, that's good. Do it, right? And right when you get ready to do it, it's like they withdraw from you. It's like they're reversing what they just told you. You got to do that now. Why are you doing all that? You sure that's the right time? You sure this is that? You sure you're supposed to be doing that? You're like, wait a minute, I'm confused. I thought you wanted me to do that. See, that's some of you in relationships. You in whether it's your boyfriend or whatever, you had these ideas and you share with that person your ideas and they were loving on you and they liked it. And then when you start moving in it, they got a problem with it. Now they telling you it ain't time for that, or you need to wait on this, or we ain't got enough money for that, or you need to put that to the side. And so when you begin to do that, now it's like, okay, what happened? I thought you supported me. I've learned, here we go. I've learned that a person can look like they're a part of the ocean, but they really want to stay in the pond. And when you're ready to go to the ocean, they'll try to convince you that it ain't time to go. I said, they'll try to convince you that it's not time to go. It ain't time yet. I mean, you ever heard that? You need to wait yet. You're not ready yet. And so because they don't want to go to the ocean, or they're scared to go to the ocean, they don't think you're supposed to go to the ocean. And there are some people, and there are situations where you can be around a certain environment or group of people. They are mad if you get there before them. You better not get to that ocean before I can get to that ocean. Leaders, I want you to hear me very carefully. Leaders, whether you're in business, whether you are in education, whether you're a leader in your family, whether you're a leader of a civil organization or nonprofit organization. I'm not talking about church. I'm not just talking about church. You have to stop being afraid of people that have been destined to get to the ocean much quicker than it took you. There are some people that would jump into things that took us a long time to get in. It's not that they're greater than you or better than you, but that's just what they've been called to. So we have to stop trying to judge people that are able to move quicker than other people. And you got to stop looking at people's ages, because what I'm finding is a lot of young people that are popping in places and doing great things quicker than the older folks that's sitting there waiting on God or waiting on something to drop down. And let me tell you something, you miss opportunities when you operate with worrying about what somebody else is doing instead of minding your own business and doing what you need to do. Because somebody just put in the box, I wish they would allow me to mind, I wish they would mind their own business. Put in the box, they need to mind their own business. Okay, I'm getting there now. Y'all see, I'm gonna get hot. Put in the box, they need to mind their own business. Because I thought you got too many people in your business. You telling too many people your business. You telling too many people too much too quick. Because the reality is they may talk like they want the ocean with you, but they really ain't ready for that ocean. Somebody want to get everything without doing any work. You know how many people like that? Do you know anybody like that? They want to catch the big boat of fish, but they don't want to have to ride the whole ocean. They don't have to stay in the ocean long. See, when you get in the pond, you ain't gonna be in there long. You just get in and get out. But when you're riding in the ocean, it may be all night long. And when you talk about deep fishing, whether it's in the sea, whether it's in the ocean, when you talk about deep fishing, you got to go all the way out. Some people are not really ready to go all the way. They're not ready to go all the way. They'll go part of the way. And what's so crazy? They have you walk with them. And when you start stepping the depth, because you know, when you go further in the ocean, it gets deeper and deeper, like you're about to be covered up. They're draw back. This is far I would go. Have you been with people that will only go so far? And you ready to go all the way? I should have had a whole lot of hearts right there. There should be tons of hearts. Are y'all sharing, by the way? Or y'all sharing? These numbers should be much higher. Have you ever had experience? Share. Everybody watching now, share and like. Share and like. Don't watch and not like. Watch, like and watch. Make sure you share. Have you ever been in a position where you're with what you call your support system, or what you thought was your support system, or what you thought was your kundun, or whatever you want to call it, you thought was your buddy, your boy, your sister, your girl, however you want to call it, and you went to a certain part in your life, you know, stepping into that ocean, and it get a little icky, it get a little sticky, it get a little tough. When it get tough, your number's gonna drill it down. When it get tough, what you doing? You're gonna look back. You're like, well, these people is rocking and going to the ocean with me. You're going to find you had 12, but now you got 2. Because some people don't want that ocean. Who are surrounding you? What are they doing? Are you around people that are in the same boat as you? That are in the same boat as you, that you are? Are you around those type of people? I'm not saying they're bad people. But if you see the furthest they want to go is the pond, you got to attach yourself to some ocean. You got to attach yourself to the ocean levels, right? And when you get there, a lot of times people are going to say, oh, she's changing on us. I am changing. Somebody put in, I have changed. Don't say I am. Put in the box, I have changed. I have changed. Notice now, you got to shift your gear. You got to wear new gear if you're going to go scuba dive. I never see anybody parasail over a pond. Have you? Have you ever seen anybody parasail over a pond? They parasail over the ocean, over the sea. They parasail. Which to get higher and then go into heights with. A pond is a small circumference. So you limiting yourself. You wonder why you ain't growing. I'm telling you, everything I'm telling you is what I have to tell myself. I wonder why I'm not growing. Because I have committed myself to the pond. So I had to move away from the pond and get to the ocean. And some of you said, why do you keep talking about this pond and ocean? Because I want to talk to you where you are. The point of a deal breaker is to talk to you and bring it to the table, lay down everything that the contract you have agreed with for all this time and say, look, this is what this contract around. But you're going to have to be the one to break this deal. I present the case. That's all the deal breaker is doing right now. I'm presenting you the case. But it's going to be you to decide how you want this case to end. Do you want to continue your contract with the pond, or do you want to begin to go into a new agreement with the ocean? You tell me. I never seen a beach house around a pond. I may see a cabin, but I'm not going to see a fancy beach house. They're usually around the ocean. Listen, have you ever just looked at the ocean? This is, I'm going to say it. I'm going to give you that third one, and we're going to go over to Zoom. Have you ever just looked at the ocean? Share, like, share, like, share, like, share. Heart, thumb, heart, thumb. Have you ever just looked at the ocean? When you look at a pond, let me show you this. And then I'm going to give you a third point. When you look at a pond, you can see the other side of the pond because it's limited. It's limited. Not only that, the view is restricted. The vision is restricted. But when you're standing in front of the ocean, you can never reach out to the other side because it's so long, it's so wide. The vision is so far, it's so big, so much. So much. Let me tell you what I noticed about a pond as well. The pond, it just sits there. The water sits there. But an ocean has movement. So when you're in the ocean, when you're near the ocean, you're around people and things that are moving. The ocean, let me tell you what the ocean does. Notice what the ocean does. Some of you getting it now. You're figuring out the parallel of what I'm telling you. You're figuring out the metaphor of what I'm saying to you, the analogy. Watch this. When you stand at the tip of the ocean and you're standing at the ocean, notice what happened. Imagine a pond, imagine the ocean. The waves come and it pull you in. When the wave comes up to your feet, but every time the wave brushes your feet, it takes you further down. What do you mean? That wave that comes from the ocean, it stands its ground. It puts you in a place that you got to either move and shift into another place or you're going to sink. So the ocean forces you to move, and it forces you to maneuver and shift and grow and move. Most importantly, move. But a pond, you can stand on top of that dirt all day. It ain't going to move nowhere. It ain't going to do anything. The only way you're going to move, you're going to have to pick up your feet and just move. But you got nothing around you supporting you, forcing you to move. The ocean have more force than a pond. You've been around people that ain't trying to push you to go places. They're not encouraging you to go no places. They're more so like, you're good, just stay where you are. Stay where you are. But if you have a group of people that are ocean mind, that ocean level, they're going to tell you, listen, you're going to have to do something. You can't be around me doing nothing. You want to be around those type of people. They're going to tell you, listen, this is all you got. You got to do something else. What is great in you? You will be around them, but the great things they're doing, it's going to encourage you to do great things. But if you're around a person that's, just, you're going to find yourself become in a place of digressing. And now you're not really doing things that you really need to do. But I need people around me. And I'm grateful I have people around me that's going to keep staying on my neck. In other words, they're going to keep pushing me to greater heights, to see beyond this one eye level I see, because they have an ocean mindset. Let me tell you about ocean people. Let me tell you about ocean people. I hope you catch this. Let me tell you about ocean people. Give the hearts, give the likes. Are you sharing? Did you like? Everybody like. Everybody like. Let me tell you about ocean people. Ocean people see beyond. Pond people only see in front. That was number 3. Ocean people see beyond. They see beyond what you've been through. They see beyond the situation you're in. They see beyond the capabilities you have. They see beyond your capability. They see greater than just your potential. They see greater to the point they won't even allow you to do just anything. Upon people, they good right there. Don't you try to go no further. Don't you try to go no higher. Why are you trying to change things? We're good. Everything good. Why you? Have you ever heard this? Uh-oh, because I've been guilty of this. Why fix it if it ain't broken? Have you ever heard of that? I've been guilty of saying that. Why fix it if it's not broken? Well, let me help you. Sometimes it's not about fixing it. It's about getting something totally new. So it's not about whether it needs to be fixed and if it's broken. It's about, it could be it's expired. It's just outdated. And some of you are in outdated relationships, outdated situations. You're tolerating things in your life, tolerating certain circumstance. They're outdated. But yet you want something new. So I wanted to make these few points with you. I wanted to share these few things with you because you're so much greater. And if you're going to be a part of the team, and I want to encourage all of you, let me say it again. I want to encourage all of you that are really wanting now to move into the ocean. Connect with people in the ocean, okay? I know you've known them for 10 years. I know you've known them since you was a little girl, little boy. I know they are cool to hang with. They're the partying people. They're the club people. They know to have a good time. They're the party starter. But at the same time, they can't even pay their bills. They're the party starter. They all silly. When you go with them, the party is on. But they have to sleep on your couch. I know. They always making you laugh, and you know what? They just crazy. But at the same time, they ain't been working nowhere. They don't have a job, not because of the pandemic. They ain't been working before the pandemic. You got to now understand it's okay to know the pond, and it's okay to see the pond, but you don't have to live in the pond. Ponds are not bad. It's just ponds are not what you call to. So you're staying in a place that you're used to, but you won't go to a place that you're called to. Put that down. Somebody put in the box and write it down. I cannot stay in a place that I'm used to when I'm supposed to be in a place that I'm called to. We're going to do this right quick. First thing I want to do, I want all of you that are watching, if you want to be a supporter and you want to help with the Deal Breaker vision and with our projects, please look at the bottom of that screen right now. Please look at the bottom of that screen right now. And I want you to, go ahead and send your donation, send your partnership if you want to support this platform and this broadcast, because we'll be here every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Okay? I want you to now go to Cash App. Yes, $ Dr. Diana Global, or you can go to PayPal me / Dr. Diana Global. And again, Dr. Diana, the Deal Breaker is under Dr. Diana Global Enterprises. Yay to that. But we're about to go over here to Zoom. I'm going to really get kind of deep for the next 20 minutes. I need you to go. If you see in the box, look in that box, description box, click, and it's free. Register now. Join me over Zoom. Let's have grown folks talk. We're finna talk grown, okay? We're finna talk grown. You're gonna have the opportunity to ask me any questions, and you have to be 18 and older to be a part of this free session. Have to be 18 and older, okay? There's no gimmicks. It's just some things I can't do on the public platform that I can do in a private platform. For my YouTubers, I want to thank you for watching tonight. Do the same thing. It should be there in your descriptions, my YouTubers. I want you now to go ahead and register free to get into the Real Deal private Q&A session. Okay. And for those that are watching, you're my first timers. Thank you for all my first timers. I'm going to go back and I'm going to give you a shout out. Maybe would I like you, inbox you if you're my first timers. Thank you. And also, I want to say this to you. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you need to do that right now. Stop doing that pond stuff. Some of y'all gonna have to change the way you do stuff. You can't do stuff now. If you're gonna go all the way. Somebody put in that, I'm in the season, I gotta go all the way. You gotta go all the way now. You can't do that half lukewarm stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all doing that lukewarm. You riding the fence. You're trying to be with the pond people, then you want to hang with the ocean people. And the ocean people, they got a lot of sense. The ocean people have been through that game. They know how to play. Listen. They seem to hustling. They know when folks are just running games because they want to get in the clique and they want to get connected, but yet they really ain't trying to do nothing. They want to get there and think they can get there free, but everybody got to pay a price and doing something. You gotta show yourself in that place. You got to really work to get into that place, and you gotta stop doing that lukewarm stuff because ocean people don't deal with phony people. Ocean people, watch this, don't deal with them games. We don't play games. We ain't about playing games. We're about growth, making money, obtaining things in life, and building people, encouraging people. We don't do the games. So I want you now to be serious and intentional about everything you do now. Again, this is not your church platform. So I'm not going to quote no scriptures. I'm not going to talk in tongues to you because the problem is we got too many people. They're so busy in tongues, but they don't even know how to speak into their own lives. You're trying to intercede for somebody else. You don't even know how to intercede for yourself. You're trying to give somebody else advice, but you don't take your own advice. You got to break it. This is your ocean season. And what I love about the ocean, the pond don't make no sound. But the ocean, it makes noise. I said it makes noise. What I love about the ocean, it makes quiet noise. You got a lot of ponds around you that when it's time to open their mouth, they ain't saying nothing. You hear me? It's time now you get around the ocean. You're going to have to step out. Some of you going to have to step out whether you want to or not. Thank you for those things. People are joining now. I'm getting people ready. Okay, I see y'all getting on Zoom. You go ahead and get on Zoom. I'm going to let you get on Zoom. Go ahead and get on Zoom. That's it. You can get on Zoom. I'll be there in just a second. But what I've learned is that you have to understand that you're in that season now. Stop looking for people in the pond to like you when you're ocean. Pond people, can I watch it? Pond people will watch you as an ocean, but they ain't gonna necessarily connect to you like that because they're not willing to go through that sacrifice it's gonna take to even kick it and stay with you. They're not gonna go through that sacrifice to kick it and stay with you. And I'm not trying to be materialistic, but some people find with going just to Old Charlie's. Some people find and think it's a big deal when you go to Red Lobster. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but when you're an ocean mindset, you're looking for a 5-course meal. I'm just using it as an analogy. But they don't want to go there because in their mind, I don't want to spend no more money. But I don't understand why you can't understand that if you are expecting to walk into an ocean, you're going to have to sacrifice and you have to put up something. So when you're around, you know you're around ponds when they want something for nothing. Did I say that? You know when you're in that situation, you have to evaluate. Everybody's situation is different. You have to evaluate what it is that you're desiring. And some of you may be okay. You may just want to stay in the pond. That's fine. Stay in the pond. But there are some of you I know are called to the ocean, much greater. That doesn't make the pond people awful or miserable or not, good people. But it's a choice. It's a decision. And some people, no matter how they talk and they tell you, you think they really want to do it. You'll find out later they really didn't mean what they said. They were just talking. They were lukewarm. They was riding that fence. They were just trying to ride with the ocean. Last but not least, and then we're going to go. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for those that are showing. Thank you for those that are donating. Thank you so much. You want to support this platform. Thank you for those who have already given. Cash App is Dr. Diana Global, Dr. Diana Global, and also PayPal. PayPal is PayPal me / Dr. Diana Global. And again, Deal Breakers under Dr. Diana Global Enterprises. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you for tonight. I expect every one of you to join me next Thursday at 9 p.m. And watch this. If you want to become one of the people that we send updates to, you want to become a part of our mailing list, easy. Join me right now on Zoom. Everybody, the last few of you that's on here, go ahead and get on Zoom with me now. Get on Zoom with me now. You finna miss a good conversation. Get on Zoom with me now. We got people already over there. Jump on in there now. I said, jump on over there now. Jump on over there now. We got people already waiting. Jump on over there now. So go ahead and get in there and let's make it happen. Let's have some adult conversation. We're gonna have some real talk. So let's get in there now. Register and get in there now. I see some of the people are on here now. Thank you guys for joining Zoom. Waiting on the other ones to join us. I don't know why y'all on here and won't join us free. So get on here and see, at least how they say, see what the ocean folks are doing. Come and visit the ocean. Let's talk. All right? Okay, guys, until next time, I will meet you back here Thursday. I want you to be safe. I want you to be safe. I want you to be encouraged. And know this is your time. This is your time to do great things. This is your time to walk into the place that you're supposed to walk into. I'm finna go over here and talk to the ocean. And for those that was with me last week, thank you. I want you to come back over here again this week. Let's talk. Let's talk. Join me now. Until next time, guys, make sure you save the date. October the 5th. Make sure you register and save that date. Save that date. I said save that date and register. Make sure you register. I want to see you there. October the 5th. I want you to join me. I want you to join me October the 5th through the 7th. And it's going to be from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. If you go to my Facebook page, you will see the link to register. All right. Join me with Rejection 101. And until next time, guys, you take care. And again, remember, stop selling for the pond when you've been called to the ocean. Till next time, guys. See you later. Bye. Be sweet.